everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a tribute to Khristina Sorge of Redefined Kreative and the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. Every month on the 9th, we, in this wonderful world, this wonderful community built around Khristina's Secret Not Secret Kit Club, the Creative Cuts Club, and other subscriptions and products that she has in her shop. We celebrate Khristina herself and the vibrancy, I guess, that she brings to everything that goes on in this community. So today, I'm using my kit before last, which was Cocoa Vanilla Happiness based. And everything on here is from that kit except for the cut file that I selected from the September Creative Cuts file. So this is a clear sticker sheet. This is a cardstock sticker sheet and some small words. And I've got a whole selection of ephemera here and some fussy cuts of butterflies, and all of this to decorate a page that started out with the idea of using this gorgeous blue ombre as a background for my cut file. And wouldn't that have been appropriate, and wouldn't that have just not been real typical for me? So when there's a rainbow colorful page, you probably won't find me using the nice subtle ombre on the other side. So let me explain the pre-work I've done. This cut file is of these little clipboards, and I initially thought that I would glue everything down. I wanted to take this photo that I have didn't exactly fit here, and if I'd put it in any of the others, I'd have lost important parts of it. I put it in the wrong place, and I have a little bit of kind of glue stuff that I'm going to have to embellish around. I didn't want to fill or back every one of the clipboards because I wanted those beautiful stripes to show through. I lost the clips on the clipboards when I did a dry fit, so I went back and used a Copic marker and to do the clips black. I put foam behind all the backed areas, and still these little clipboards were a little floppy, so I propped them up with pop dots. And that's where embellishments are going to go. So what we're going to see today is my embellishing, which is kind of my favorite part. I'm going to keep my bowl of pop dots handy because I'm probably going to use those. I'm going to start with ephemera, and we'll have some of the larger pieces on there. Although the first thing I want to do, let me get this all in frame here. Okay, there. I think we're good there. I want to add some, this is just a piece of white cardstock where I added some journaling, and I want to add some color here. So I'm going to add a couple of small flowers. I've put the pop dots on these. I'm going to do the orange one there on the blue paper. All of these papers are just so gorgeous, and I so hated cutting into them. I need to, right after Happiness came Unforgettable, and I got some of those papers, and that kind of, they could be used, I found they could be used together, so I've done a little bit of that stuff. Okay, let's start now with this. There's an area over here that has a pop dot here and a pop dot there that are propping up that side of the clipboard. So I'm going to add a piece of tassel ephemera, and I've got some adhesive on the back of it so it sticks to the side of that. And then I want to spread these other tassels around. Maybe one here might be cute. So what I'm going to do, it doesn't have, there's not a pop dot here. There's foam behind this and there's foam behind that. But I want this to be propped up in there. I'm going to go with a pop dot and a little bit of adhesive up at the top where it's going to okay, there. And that kind of hides that these things are a little bit floppy. I kind of like that there's some bends in there, and I didn't prop them all up because I kind of like the, I don't know, the wavy gravy look of that kind of tends to go with or be reflective of the wavy gravy stripes that are in there. And I don't know if that's an official scrapbooking term, but hey, I grew up, I was in college in the 60s, so I know my wavy gravy. Okay, here we go with, I'm going to add butterflies next because that's my next favorite embellishment to use on a page like this. This photo, by the way, is of Ava cooking breakfast in between, when she was home in between chemo treatments. She had been in the hospital a lot, and she got home and prepared a big breakfast, and she loves to do it at both her mom's house and her dad's. And so we captured this and didn't realize how fleeting an image it would be. We ended up back in the hospital and kind of has had some ups and downs. Yesterday was a real upper because she was disconnected from all of her IV machines and allowed to go to some of the fun spots in the hospital, including an area where she could play basketball. And let me do this. I'm putting pop dots on the butterflies and then putting them over to kind of cover pop dots that are there. I'm not sure that's actually what I want to do there. I'm going to add this third butterfly maybe down here. I'll put it just inside that clipboard frame. Okay, I've got a phrase banner here, and I kind of thought I wanted it to go across here where it spans these two and I thought I might apply this butterfly directly on the exposed pop dot, and that kind of, I like that navy blue so much, and it's kind of like adding black to a colorful page. It makes the colors pop even more and just kind of adds some structure. So the next thing we'll do is for maybe some larger embellishments to go around the photo to hide the areas where the photo doesn't really fit the frame. And so I'm going to kind of try to disguise that in a way with butterflies and flowers and the like. Okay, her frame is that here. let me kind of do this here. That works for me. I had trouble figuring out if that was a missed frame. The photo maybe should have been wider, but that's probably true. Let me get a flower cluster, or make a flower cluster. Let me do this across here, and I'll put a large, actually I'll put a small pop dot and actually insert it here. Underneath, and kind of prop that up a bit. Okay, so we'll do this here, and then I'm going to take another flower and maybe I'll add foam to the back of it so that it has a little bit broader, wider, thicker support. And I'm going to put it kind of right there so that it hits the corner of that framework there. And now I'm going to add some greenery kind of out this way. And that can use just a little bit of tape adhesive. Kind of. That makes it a little bit more coherent there, let's say. I'm going to add this blue flower flush with the background up here. There, because I think that's a nice combination. Okay, I've got a couple other areas. I've got a selection of, as I said, stickers. In this sticker, what do I want to do? I need something right here to kind of disguise that pop dot. I've got the little words I can kind of put on later. These clear stickers are beautiful. I kind of almost would like to have had this, I pulled that back down, didn't I? I might have liked to have had that on this paper if I could have figured out a way to write on it on top of the sticker, because it's not usually conducive to writing. So I'm not going to use any of those, I don't think. And I've used flowers around here, so this may be the spot for another butterfly. I've got these kind of potted plants. Could that work there? That's a little too tall. That may work. I kind of like that. And it's a little different from the butterflies that I have elsewhere. So that works, and then I can add a phrase just to kind of explain why that's, I use that term loosely, to explain why that's different. Let's see if I can do another butterfly here, because I've got another, this is an area that's kind of bothering me, where this goes down onto the ground. That's that wavy gravy look, and I like it as long as it doesn't distract from the stuff I'm trying to emphasize, that I'm trying to feature, let's say. Okay, I have these ephemera, and I think there's stickers too, little badges that I thought I might use. Maybe this or this, the best. Why don't I do the best? And I'm going to put several pop dots on it. I like the thickness of these pop dots, but first I have to cut out some of the cardboard in the ephemera. I find that, I have found in the past that cocoa vanilla paper has a really high rag content, which is why it feels so nice in the hand. And that makes it sometimes a little harder to cut. And I've found that when I try to cut it on my silhouette machine, and apparently they have trouble cutting their own ephemera as well. Okay, so do I want to put this right in the middle of those flowers, or maybe right here? Let's do it there, and that kind of further disguises this. I'm going to use this butterfly somewhere because I have it and I love it. I have a little cascade of hearts that I'm thinking about using. Let me put this here, and I may, it's this little got an orange one inside the package here. This is silly. I'm chasing the heart. It's between the flap and the packaging. Okay, so I've got all of these hearts, and I thought I'd do something of a cascade down in this area. So let me see if I can just kind of start the cascade. I usually do cascades with one elevated, and then I alternate and put one flat and kind of partially hidden. Let me go like that. And then let's see what other colors I have. I have this nice green, and you can't see them because I don't have that in camera. Here they are. The green, and then this orange. I'm going to do the orange on a pop dot. So I can kind of prop it overlapping that little clipboard bit. I'm going to go with this, the blue. And I might put it on a pop dot as well because I want it to overlap there too. And I will overlap the orange with it, which is okay because it's bigger. I'm going to do this one, kind of get the cascade going that way. So I don't need to put a pop dot on it. There. And then green would come next. I'm going to put a little pop dot on it. Did I run out? Here's a page of pop dots. I'll put it here, kind of resting on this pop dot, and then I'll kind of turn the corner here, and I'll put another dot on it. Actually, let me do this one down on the field, on the background. Okay, that's not working, and I don't want it to stick while it's, okay, there we go. That's good. Now I need a little something right in here, and I thought maybe I would do this ticket. This says Happiness Family Pass. I think that seems appropriate. And I have another ticket that I want to use. This one says good stuff. And I thought I might use it over here, somewhat incorporated in this flower cluster. Okay, and that kind of tells me I maybe need another small flower right there. Let me find a different colored flower. Let's see if I can work it in. It hides the word stuff. I'm thinking that's okay. I think that's the only, and I hate doing that, but I really just want it peeking out of there. There we go. Okay, that's a multi-dimensional flower cluster. I didn't overload it with flowers. There's this happy times. I could do that, but that would cover up a lot of that pretty stripe. I think I'm close to calling this done. It's got journaling, it has color, it has dimension, and it has Ava's bright, beautiful, incredible, wonderful smile. I might need something right there now that I say this. How about I do something like that? I think there are a couple of these little banners, but I'm not sure that's what I want there. Okay, I'll do that. I'll kind of let it overlap this. Okay, that's not staying. I'm gonna pop it and prop it, let's say. I'll do the adhesive on the top. I'll have something sticking it on the bottom. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, should I use the other one because it's there? I could use it right here. I hate to leave orphaned small embellishments because I'm always afraid that they won't get used. And I may kind of tuck this, the other half of that flower that I cut, kind of right there. And that gives me an idea to maybe tuck some flowers in elsewhere. Like I said, I don't really want to cover up a lot of the stripes, but I think the stripes are kind of going to stay pretty prominent in the overall design. Okay, now I'm done. So let's see if there are any of these little words here. Making memories, since she's making breakfast, it's also, she's also making memories. And these are hard to get up, to peel up. I wonder if that's a, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do that off camera and try not to bend them and ruin them too much. And this is done. Happy Khristina Day. Check out Redefined Kreative's page on, that's Creative with a K. Check it out on Facebook, and you'll get a sense of the community and the challenges and the parties and the kind of the personality of the group and the kits. So thank you, Khristina, for everything, for this lovely kit that I hoarded too long and that I have thoroughly enjoyed using today. Bye.